All right, traders. Well, welcome to the month of BAM, whereby a lot of drama is currently happening now in the market, and because of that, I need to go back to the origin. I need to go back to the source of the market. And what I've been doing of recent is I focus more on higher time frame trend. I want to see the bigger picture of the market for me to make my decisions. There's something we need to understand as a trader that, irrespective of the kind of trader you are, SMC, trend line, anything you are trading, two things are constant. The first one is you must trade with the trend, which is your market structure, irrespective of whatever you are trading. The second thing is you must understand your candle formations, your price actions. Whenever you see your pin bar, what are you expecting? Whenever you see your bullish engulfing candle, what are you expecting? By the time you understand these basic things, you cannot bring it into that particular strategies you are trading. And that is what we are going to be doing here today. A top-down analysis on ADUSD. So that once we pick up a trade, we already know that we're expecting a long movement, either a long sell or a long buy on that particular chart. So, and because of that, traders, I want us to dive into the market today so that you can see what ADSD may likely give us on the long run. Yeah, on the long run, at least for the rest of the year. Okay, guys. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome to the chat now. As you can see, what we have here, ADUSD from, let's see, from 2011 has been a downtrend from 2011 based on what we are looking at on this chart. And there's something I also want you to understand about this chart is looking at this particular chart, the market is selling. The recent movement has showed us that we're expecting a sell continuation AUD USD. Now, having seen that, let's zoom out to a recent level in the market here. Recent level in the market here, as you can see what we have here. On this monthly time frame, we have the impulse movement to the downside from last year, and we also have a break of market structure to this particular downside here. With these two things, I can tell you that the recent movement shows me that the market is selling. Now, looking at this, something caught my eyes when I was running my back test on my AUDUSD, and I think I see it very well on the weekly time frame. All right, on the weekly time frame. Now, look at it on the weekly time frame. That particular significant level that we have the current price now, market got there last year. And let me use my, okay, we have the market down here last year, which the market came into that particular level. Now let's look at the date on my screen. This is Monday 30th September 2025. Yeah, this is the price, this time, Monday 20th September 2024. That means the last candle for last that's the last weekly candle on September 2024 happens to be a bearish candle. Why? From that particular significant level. And I move down to this year. As you can see what is happening this year. This year, last week for September 2, happens to be a bearish candle. Why? The market is also reacting from the same zone, the same level, the same significant level. If that thing happens last year, there's high tendency that that same thing can happen again this year. If you don't do your back testing, there's no way you'll be able to have access to all these data. So something happened last year, and I'm seeing that same thing happening again this year. Because after we had that last year, what happened? We have this impulse movement to the downside. That means for this year again, we may likely have another impulse movement to the downside if the market is ready to follow that same patterns. Now, let me now show you something here. All this movement to the upside there, it has been a kind of correction. Because I call it correction because when they were selling, if you see what we have here, we have a very fast movement to the downside compared to when the market is buying. So looking at that, I'm trying to build a kind of additional confidence to make my decision selling AUD So we have two things on ground already. The market react from that same level, same time, same week last year. And this year has done the same thing again, a bearish candle reacting from that level. So now, if that is the case Fine, the external structure looking at the monthly time frame and the weekly is bearish, right? Now we now need to go to lower time frame because as a trader, as a retail trader, we can't be trading on this particular time frame. We don't even have that kind of money to be waiting for years, before we make a decision. We now need to go to lower time frame to take advantage of our pattern, something that we've trained our eyes to see in the market. Now let's go to daily time frame here. Now on the daily time frame, is the direction of the market also bearish? No. And that is why you need to understand your market structure very well. So that means my weekly, my monthly candles, the market is bearish. But looking at my daily is bullish because this is the last high here on the daily that the market took to the upside. This is the last high here on the daily. This is a BOS to the down to the upside on the daily time frame. Now, if I'm to trade on the daily, definitely I'll be looking for a buy because the market is bullish. But just because I've seen the market on that weekly, on that monthly time frame, then I want to follow the direction of the market on the higher time frame. Now, the first thing I have to do was to draw my Fibonacci retracement to know the level whereby the current market is. Now, let's look at what we have on the week, on the daily time frame. The market is already at premium price. That's the first thing. And from our own rule, it was stated that we can buy from discount and we can sell from premium. But because the market has not really given me a change of character on the daily time frame, I don't think I can do anything yet. So because of that, now let's look at lower time frame because daily is telling us is bullish. Let's see what 4 hours is also giving us so that we know how we can be able to approach the market. Then we step down to 4 hours time frame. Now on the 4 hours time frame, looking at what we have here, and let me take out this fibs level which we're using on the daily. Okay, so on the 4 hours time frame, if you see what happened here, that ADUSD reacted from this particular 4 hours hobby. I saw it when the market came to that particular level, but I was not ready to buy because I already have a picture in my head based on what the monthly and the weekly time frame is saying. So I was not trying to build more reasons why I should be looking for a sell. That's what I'm looking at now. Because the only reason why I will sell is when I see this confirmation for me to sell. Yet, for now, I'm here to see the confirmation. Now, the only reason why I will sell is this. First thing, I'm seeing equal high here, and that is a kind of liquidity for me. The market is building equal high, which is liquidity. Definitely, the market should grab this liquidity. If the market will continue buying, let them come and they will grab this liquidity. That's my expectation. Now, before they grab it, I can't do anything now. I can't even sell, and I'm not even ready to buy because of what the higher time frame picture is presenting to me. Now, what would be my move? This is what I want to show you now. The first thing is, since I have a low here, which is a major low here, and that low is also close to this particular low here. It's close to this particular low here. So what I'm looking at is if ADSE can push to the downside, take note of these guys, can push to the downside, taking out this low here to the downside, I have a confirmation already because I've gotten a very good shift to the downside. Fine, I know that we have internal structure shift. Yes, all this level here to the downside. Yes, I know we got that to the downside. But I'm not really comfortable trading those particular level now to say that I want to sell. So I want to have that more confidence for me to join the sell. So my target is if ADSE can push the downside, taking out this low, one, I've gotten a reason to say I want to sell. Now I won't be selling because I also have valid area I would like to sell from. As at the time I'm recording this video, I have two other blocks which the market has presented to me. The first one is this. I have one here. I have this OB, and also I have one at the extreme here. Don't forget that my daily time frame is bullish, and that is why I can't start selling now. So for me to sell, I said I want to have a shift of the market movement. Let them even take out this particular low, this 4 hours major level to the downside. But this is a valid OB which the market reacted from. Once they do that, then I will mark out these two OBs. Now, am I going to sell from here despite the fact that I have a liquidity area here? Yes, I can sell. The only condition for me to sell is for me to see market giving us correction to the upside. If market can give us a good corrections to the upside, that's the first thing. That correction is a sign that we have less liquidity in the market. The market is not really moving in a fast movement. Now, once I see the correction, then I'll be waiting patiently for market reaction within this particular correction. What kind of reaction am I looking at? I'll be expecting markets to give me a kind of liquidity grab movement here, then for me to join a sell. What am I looking at? That means this particular level here that I'm expecting markets to grab the liquidity, let them grab those liquidity. Then let's have a shift of market movement to the downside, which is going to be another change of character, which is internal change of character to the downside. Then I will know that I'll be taking my sell from a valid OB, which will be the major level which I'll be selling from as at that time when market come back to this particular range here. Never forget that I still have this level here. And let me tell you the reason why I'm not really looking at this particular level is I have three conditions for my order block. Break structures has volume which is invalid. They must not be mitigated, which is those three key things. But if you check what we have here on this particular hobby here, now let me use this. The way the market move away from this OB, if you can see, the market has filled the imbalance here. It's not really clear compared to what we even have here. So that imbalance has been taken out, and because of that, fine, the market chooses to move in any way. We don't control the market, we really take advantage of the movement in the market. The market can still come back to this particular hobby, no problem. But once I can see change of character and the market has already grabbed liquidity here, then I'll be selling ADSD from this particular level. And my expectation for ADSD is to drop as low as almost for about 460 pips to the downside. So it's a daily level which I'm looking at. Okay. I've seen it. I'm looking at ADSD dropping back to this level here. That's about 470 pips to the downside. 470 pips to the other side. Bro, you can't catch all the 470 pips. So you should stop having that imagination ahead. But out of the 470 pips, if you have like 300, 200 with a good stop loss, having a good risk reward ratio, then you are good to go. You are good to go. And I need to tell you guys the reason why I consider this higher time frame or this top down analysis is because there's a lot of events happening now in US that is creating more uncertainties in the markets, which we need to be extraordinarily careful in making our decisions as a trader this time around. And because of that, I want to trade my best kind of setup. I want to trade a high priority setup. And one of the best approach to that is make sure you have a top-down analysis of the trades you want to take. Look at what the bigger picture is saying. Look at what the institutions, look at what the banks are doing in the market so that you can also follow that same direction. And with that, it will save you from taking a lot of losses before the profit will now show up. Yes, it's something that works for me, which I believe it can also work for you. And looking at this top-down analysis, traders, I will say that I will advise you to also go back to your charts. You see the way I break it down from the monthly time frame, the major levels. Look at it also from your hand. Does this resonate with you? If yes, all what you have to do is bring it into your own strategy. If you are not SMC, if you are trendline, check it out. How can you be able to get into the market with this top down analysis? And that will save you from a lot of losses towards this end of the year. And traders, I believe you've learned one or two things from this top down analysis. And I will say that I remain my humble self. But and if you have not subscribed to this particular channel, traders, please subscribe for more top down analysis or for more tips like this. Yes, let's continue to build the community. Let's continue to build the community. All right, traders. We're going to see in the next video. Yeah, that's why I said subscribe so that you can have an alert you can receive once we post, and you can continue to learn and build ourselves together. See you in the next video, guys. Peace.